this video, we're going to talk about Inari's new JV as well as the whole Lumileds situation. But before that, here is the price chart for Inari. Now, before the Trump tariffs, it was already declining, right, from around $3. And then at the bottom of the Liberation Day tariff, it was basically 50% down. However, since then, it has recovered a nice, I want to say 20-odd%. However, it's still down year to date about 40%. Now, Inari is, I believe, our largest company, one of our largest companies in the tech manufacturing space. It used to be over 10 billion. Now it's a single-digit billion. So the question, of course, is this a time to get into it? Now, some of the fundamentals are here, right? You can see that, it's pretty choppy. 2022 was the peak, and now we are at around 2019, slightly lower than 2019 figures.
Yeah, and if let's say we account for the fourth quarter, probably the numbers will be around 2017 to 2018's profitability and revenue, which is also why the share price is actually at the current level. Is actually similar to 2017 and 2018. And yeah, the question you'll be asking whether this valuation is fair. Well, you can see that the PE actually has been going up ever since 2014, and right now it is still hovering at around like 24 to 25 times. Yeah, 24 times. And we shall discover to see whether this valuation is fair, because they have a new business, which is Lumileds. So if you follow the Edge or any news portal closely, you'll find out that they actually did a joint venture with China Sanan, and they actually acquired this Netherlands company for about R1 billion. And you can see this is how much of ownership Inari and Sanan will own. So Inari will own about 25.5%, whereas the Chinese company will own about 74.5%.
So it'll be the minor.
Yeah,
right?
correct. And the amount of money that they're going to be paying out or forking out is about 307 million. And if you want to know how they are going to be paying this, is actually coming from their private placement. So previously, they did raise about R1 billion ringgit of private placement for like other businesses. So, and there's like a leftover money left. So they kind of like use that remaining balance and then to pay for this acquisition, JV.
The sad part about this is that they are a minority. So the numbers appearing on the P&L will not be there.
Yeah. Will be very, very insignificant. Maybe very small amount. It depends on the number of sales volume or sales they can get, and also the profit margins. But if you want to know what is each of these company and what are they, so Sanan is a high-end LED chip manufacturer in China. They are also a listed company. And then Lumileds is also another global producer of LED, serving automotive, camera, and also illumination and markets. So it's essentially they are like an LED kind of like company lah. And I did a quick little digging on their website, right? You can see that it's something like a D&O alike, but the main difference is that they do like those outdoor lighting, illumination lighting, consumer devices, and also automotive lighting. And then they are focusing more on the global market, whereas for D&O, they are more actually regional. So that's the only key difference. But products, I think, is about the same. And you can see that this is the Lumileds' latest financial and so past financials. You can see that they are profitability is actually not so good. They are making losses at the moment. However, the losses is actually shrinking as time goes by. And then this is also the reason why Inari say why they bought it is because they believe that they can turn things around and make it
alongside the China company.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so I think the whole story is probably like some European company that has pretty high costs, and so the Chinese will come in and cut costs and create margins. That I think that's the basic thinking behind this, right?
Yep. But you can see that this is actually their partner, which is Sanan Auto. Yeah. You can see that actually their financials also is not doing so well, even though revenue is like growing, right? But their net income is actually shrinking over time. Free cash flow also has been pretty much very choppy. We need to see what expertise can they bring in, because their own business also they are not really doing so well. Yeah, that is the main key risk that you want to be paying attention to. And if you look at after this announcement, right, you can see then some of these analysts are pretty much muted. They didn't really give like very optimistic or bullish call. Majority is like hold or sell. Only RHB is the one that is giving buy. But even though they give a buy, but they are thinking that this company's upside is very, very limited. So yeah, they are not so happy with this. Not to say not so happy, but they're pretty much of muted with this JV. And the thoughts is that whether this new business venture can they actually improve ROIC, because you can see that their existing business is already like taking a huge fall already. Last time they can make like 20% ROIC, But ever since the US tariff and also ever since Chinese competitor coming in, you can look at the ROIC start to like drop a lot. And on top of that, the AI bull run, which Inari cannot really like participate in because they are servicing more on the back-end consumer devices kind of thing. And right now, the LED also is kind of like a back-end.
Yes,
And yeah, so it's actually pretty not sure whether is it gonna like improve their in terms of their ROIC, but then I personally think that probably is not gonna be contributing much. There's a lot of assumption that you need to make for them to actually improve their ROIC. This new JV needs to be the one that can actually double their profits or maybe even revenue.
Yeah, I think there are several things to take note of as well. I mean, one of the reasons why they've been punished is that they are a declining in terms of the numbers, but also they raised $1 billion to purchase a loss-making company, partnering a loss-making company. Or almost break even,
yeah.
Right? Now, of course, the thing we have to investigate further would be why is Sanan not making money, right? If it's really operational, then you have to wonder, right? Like how I guess you can argue a break-even company is better than a loss-making company, therefore they can help. But that doesn't strike a lot of confidence, at least to me, because they are the major shareholder.
Yeah.
And because Inari will be the minority, whatever earnings, if there's any earnings, they can get from Lumileds will not be shown on the accounting because of accounting standards, right? You need to be more than 50%, I think, then it will start to show up. So that is something that I am, a big question mark. And of course, the chart you put here as well would be DNO technologies, right? So DNO is the closest thing we have to LED manufacturing ETF, we can say, and DNO is not doing it. And DNO, we've visited them before. I think they are very well run. I think management is progressive. All the good things, and of course it's backed or partially backed by MFCB, right? So they have the track record, but it's despite that it's still 50% down, and even after 50% down, the PE is still 59.
Yeah, exactly. So this one is also another question mark on whether they think that this optoelectronic can have another cycle of bull run. And also according to DNO's latest prospects, they think that right now they are closer to the end of the bearish cycle.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will see some sort of recovery.
Yeah, because I think one area for growth for optoelectronics will definitely be robotics. So robots will need a lot of light, right? Basically. So if robotics really pick up, then I can foresee, assuming DNO and Lumileds and all that will tap into that, then yes, it is definitely a great opportunity.
Yeah. And last but not least is what is Sanan's intention, right? Well, one of the interesting remark that is pointed out by HLIB, Hong Leong Investment Bank, is that they say probably they want to diversify their manufacturing operation. So right now they are having a lot in China and they want to like diversify into Singapore and Malaysia. Probably is because of the tariff, and they want to like serve other like companies or customers in maybe even the US. So the tariff is not so significant. And yeah, probably that is one of their intention also, which is to partner with Inari in this case.
Yeah.
But whether they can turn things around or not, well, we shall see further. But so far, we think that is not so confident with their turnaround. And yeah, so that's about it. And if you want to get FIRL Pro at a 30% discount, you can do that today or before the 18th of August 2025. And make sure to use the links will be in the description and comments to get it. And what is FIRL Pro is basically where we write our analysis of companies that we find interesting. And if you want to see what are the companies that is disclosed in this portfolio over here, everything is inside FIRL Pro. And not only just write-ups, we also do share our notes when we meet management. Some insights are not shared publicly. It's only shared through private meetings. So we do share it over there. And if you want to get other more insights like industry fund flow or maybe industry insights or like data center, semiconductor, we also have that information inside FIRL Pro. So it's basically like Stockpedia kind of thing, you can call it. And you can get it at a cheap price of $418 USD for the time being. And if you want to know more insights or you want to see how we do our write-ups, we have a free sample for you. It's totally for free. The links will also be in the description and comments. And just to share, two of the write-ups, sample write-ups that we share over there, one is Delium, which is over here. You can see that we bought and sold it here. The other one is KGB, which is doing pretty well and we haven't sold it yet.
Top performer.
Yeah, it's a top performer. So if you want to get a taste, you want to see how we do our write-ups, make sure to check out. The links will be in the description and comments. And that's about it for today's video. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.